Greetings, Divine Radiance. How are you today? Let's go ahead and start the live stream over on Facebook too. So let's go ahead and get into it. Greetings, Divine Radiance. Welcome to your Wednesday Live and Power Hour with me, Nahkila Isha of AshworthScott Life Sculpting. I am a divine interpreter, interpreting messages and methods from the divine that empower you to create and live an abundant life. So someone is on with me right now. Who is on? If you're on, go ahead and leave a comment and let me know. And those of you that are joining us live on Facebook, if you look at the greetings at the top, I have the YouTube link. So although we're streaming live, I won't see your comments over on Facebook. So click the link and join us over on YouTube. So who was first over on YouTube? Whoever's first will actually get your personal card pulled. Who's on with me? Let's see. Who is on with me? Acting up. I know that has happened before. Let me just see something real quick, make sure that's not the case. That's happened before. You guys were talking to me and I did not see a thing. So let me just take a peek to make sure that's not happening. Let's see. Something weird is going on. Okay, that's kind of weird. It's saying video is not available when I go click on it. I have no idea if YouTube is being wonky again. So just bear with me. We're going to get into our breathing in just a second as soon as I get this figured out. Because if in fact YouTube is being wonky, then I'll head over to Facebook where I can see all the messages. Let's just see. Says it's live now. So what happens when I click? Video unavailable. Weird. Okay. Well, it looks like we're going to be doing the live chat over on poor wireless connection. What is going on? Hi, Pat. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Madeline. Hi, Mama Brenda. Awesome, awesome. Hey, Diamond. Yes, I realize that this is really weird. And I don't know if you guys can see me on Facebook, say something for me, please, because it's saying that the wireless connection is poor. So let me know if you can see me on Facebook. Okay. Yeah, YouTube is being weird. It was being weird for Feature Friday too. Who was the first person on? Oh, Madeline, you were saying me, my dear, you were the first person on Facebook. So let's see which deck. This one. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pull your personal card. I have no idea why YouTube's wonky, but oh, my video has been paused. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna learn my lesson about not wearing pants during these lives because I can't really get up and check anything. Okay, you can see me. Good, good. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Hey, Bree. So Madeline, I'm gonna pull your card. And let me know if you can still see me because I'm not sure when you guys posted that you could see me. This is for Madeline. Okay. So you got 3 of Earth. The power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work, be a team player. I'm hearing it's time for you to start recognizing the level of work that you do. This isn't even about anyone else. It's about you not discounting the effort, the quality, and the time you put into things. Sometimes you tend to be on to the next, and you don't give yourself enough credit for what you've accomplished. You've done a great job. mom, grandmother, friend, sister, daughter. You are even excelling in wifely duties. When things don't work out as planned, it's not always because of you. Sometimes it's just you're meant to gather lessons. So in every experience that you have, make sure you look for the lessons. And don't let your heart become bitter because of someone else. You've got so much to offer the world, and you're loved by those that encounter you. So it's time for you to really love yourself on an even deeper level than ever before. Your next steps, your journey ahead is depending on it. Also, start practicing visualization. Start setting up your future based on what you're choosing to create. And don't just take whatever comes. No more rolling with the punches. It's time for you to put on that magician hat and create magic in your life. Okay, thank you. So that was your message. Let me know if you guys are still seeing this, because I'm still getting the trying to reconnect due to poor wireless connection. Your video has been paused. Consider moving to find a better signal. Okay, let's see. I know. I realize that. Awesome. Okay, Bree. I'm sure maybe you don't mind seeing panties, but I mind showing my panties. And actually, this sweater is pretty long, but it's too short to walk around. But as long as you guys can see me, that's all that matters. Okay, awesome. You're so welcome, Madeline. So welcome. I love you. Mama Brenda said, I see you. Okay. Well, then, I know, Diamond, I miss Bree's face too. Well, you know what? Since you guys can see me, I'm just going to ignore this little wonky message that's coming through on the screen. And let's just go ahead and get started with our breathing, okay? So for those of you that are joining us for the first time, we do this every Wednesday. The first person on, typically on YouTube, gets their personal card pulled, and then I deliver a general message for everyone. And at the end, I offer a 20-minute or $20 mini reading. So let me know if you're interested in that, and stay on till the end and you can take advantage of that. But as we're breathing, I'm going to be sending Reiki to your heart chakra and your solar plexus. So go ahead and just get comfortable, relax, close your eyes unless you're driving, and start with your breathing, inhaling slow and deep through your nose, love and light, and you're going to exhale slowly out through your mouth. And just visualize and feel that you're releasing all that's no longer serving you. Now, if there's something specific that you're choosing to release, then focus on that with every exhale, okay? So let's just go ahead and start with the breathing. Inhale slow and deep, love and light. And release all that's no longer serving you. And as you continue to breathe, I call on highest light guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, and ascended masters, all of highest light and love. I call you into this space. I thank you for using me as a vessel of highest light and love. I thank you for using me to deliver a message that's meant to serve those I'm called to serve today. May their hearts, their minds, their souls, and their spirits be open to receive. Thank you, and so it is. So as you continue to breathe, just allow your crown chakra, located at the top of your head, to open. Opening your crown chakra now, and just continue to feel the healing energy as it pours through your heart and your solar plexus, traveling throughout your entire cellular being. And just allow the divine source of highest light and love to pour healing, loving energy in through your crown, as you feel it traveling down to your third eye, extending out to your ear chakras, traveling down to your throat, down to your heart, down to your solar plexus and your sacral, traveling down to your root. And feel that loving energy, that healing energy traveling down your thighs, your knees, your calves, into your ankles and into your feet. And just allow the soles of your feet to grow roots, and feel those roots as they penetrate Mother Earth, traveling down into her core, connecting you to the divine energy of Mother Earth, feeling her heartbeat as that energy travels back up through your feet, up to your root, up to your sacral and your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, your third eye, your ears, and up and out your crown. And just allow the divine energy of Mother Earth and your highest source of light and love, allow that energy to dance, allow it to pour through and flow through you, setting the intention that for the rest of the day, with every inhale, you're breathing in love and light, and with every exhale, you're releasing all that does not serve you. And so it is. Okay, so if you feel better than you did before, I always get super relaxed, like I can take a nap after we do that exercise. Let me know if you're feeling the same way. Okay, hi Portia, welcome. Hi Bridget, welcome. Hi Erica, hey Alatha. So for those of you that are just joining, typically we're live on YouTube, and although I'm streaming live, YouTube has been having some technical difficulties since Friday. And so usually the live chat would be happening over there, but now I understand why Spirit had me go live on both last Wednesday. For this, I had no clue that this was going to happen. Pull from the bottom. But Spirit says start going live on both again. But again, if you like to be in the live chat, then typically we'd be doing that on YouTube. Okay. So now we're going to get into our message. This is for the collective. Take which ones? Okay. Is it meant to be upside down? All right. How are you guys doing today? How's everyone feeling? The sun is out here, bright. It's an amazing day. Woo. Okay, I promise from now on, I'm wearing pants. I'm no longer gonna show up in just a shirt. Let's see how I can maneuver this without y'all seeing my panties. Wait, hold on. All right, I think I handled that pretty well. Okay, all of them? Okay. Okay, so the first card we got is the Wheel. We got the Wheel, Archangel Michael. And notice we have the number 10, which represents those endings of cycles and those beginnings of new cycles. It says, a time of positive change, a situation suddenly moves forward, fortune is on your side. So, as the year comes to a close, oftentimes we set New Year's resolutions and we start claiming what we're going to do in the new year. And what Spirit is having me tell you is, don't wait, start now. Take a look at everything you've done this year and don't do so with judgment, but do so with how far have I come? What have I overcome? What have I built? How have I grown, right? And how am I choosing to continue that starting now? Let's forget about this whole New Year's resolution, this whole what we're going to do better next year. Let's start doing it in the now. Spirit is saying that time is an illusion. You know what I mean? Like the clocks that we have, it just sets us in a place of restriction, right? It sets us in a place of order. It takes us out of flow. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that you're going to throw your clocks away and stop living according to time as we know it. But what Spirit is saying as it relates to your life, your personal journey, what you're choosing for yourself, get out of that frame of mind of thinking in terms of time and start allowing yourself to be in the frame of mind of the only time that really exists is now. And how am I going to shift me and my life in the now, right? I'm hearing it's also time to stop holding on to and carrying old baggage, right? And here's the thing. Sometimes we don't even know, right, what old baggage we're holding on to. I was having a conversation with Quita. For those of you that don't know Quita is an amazing Reiki practitioner, so much more than that, but amazing energy healer, shifter, mover, right? So we were having a conversation, and I had pulled cards for myself for quite some time. I got the card, release your ex, right? And I'm thinking, release my ex? My ex is released, right? And I'm like, okay, Spirit, show me what you mean and help me to get through this and do what you're guiding me to do, because clearly I'm missing something here, right? So this morning, and let me tell you, let me back up. I have been having this message come through periodically, probably for the past 4 months, right? So this morning I had a dream, and my son, who'll be 23 tomorrow, his dad walked towards me. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not harboring any feelings or wishing we were together. However, I have never done any cord cutting as it relates to that relationship, nor have I called the fragmented pieces of my soul home as it relates to that situation specifically, right? So as you are moving into a new cycle, it's important for you to release all those things that aren't serving you, right? But not just releasing those things that aren't serving you, but releasing connections. And when we think connections, we think people that we're dating, we're talking to on the phone, we're hanging out with as friends or family or whatever, but that's not always what spirit means. We've got to start thinking deeper than this physical world and start thinking energy and spiritual, right? So everything we encounter, everything we experience, there's a connection there. Even after I'm done doing this live, I disconnect the cords, because as I'm serving, I'm connected to all of you energetically, right? And when we experience something that creates pain in our life, we leave pieces of our soul behind. So Spirit is saying to start going deeper, start healing those places that have been forgotten, right? Let's see what you all are saying. Bree said, oh man, that felt great. I'm so grateful. Pat said, relax. Alava said, hello, family. Hi, Ava. Welcome. Let's see. Bridget said, great. I just found out I didn't pass my real estate final, but it is well with my soul. And Bridget, let me tell you something. Some years ago, I actually went to school for real estate because my first husband and I, we were getting into buying and selling, right? And so I didn't pass my exam either. I can't remember if I passed the state. I passed one and didn't pass the other. I realize now it was because this was my purpose. So the fact that it's good with your soul is amazing. And if you haven't tapped in to find out why you didn't pass, if it's just a matter of retaking it, or if your soul's being pushed to another purpose, then that would be something worth looking into. Do you see Ganesh Diamond? Bridget said, this is for me. I didn't even realize that Ganesh was in here. He was in the window a little earlier. Okay, so the next card we got is 5 of Fire. And it says, competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others. And what I was just told to ask you was, how are you protecting yourself? How are you protecting yourself energetically? Now, those of you that are in REM, I know that you have all your protections down. Now, the question is, are you protecting every day, right? Are you protecting every day? I had a period of time where I was just like, I'm just going to make myself invisible to all that's not of highest light and love. And I had stopped daily protection. And when I got spiritually attacked, it was like, oh no, my mentor's like, oh no, every day still, right? That's just added, but that don't mean stop, right? But those of you that are not in REM, how are you protecting yourself, right? Some of us, we carry mace. Some of us have a license to carry. We lock our doors, we set our alarm. But how are you protecting yourself energetically and spiritually, right? Because if someone thinks about you and they are like, I am not feeling her or him, that is a dagger, right? Or if someone thinks about what you're doing and there's feelings of jealousy And in their mind, they start to have this dialect about you that is not of light and love. Those are daggers that can affect you energetically. So make sure you're shielding yourself. And when you shield, you have that reflective shield so that whatever comes to you that's not of highest light and love, it bounces off and returns to sender, right? Have that boomerang effect. But Spirit is saying, how are you protecting yourself? Even those of us that know to protect, how are we protecting ourselves? Consistency is key. And Spirit is also saying, don't be afraid of those that are sending you daggers, because guess what? When your protection is on point, those daggers, it's like the Iron Man. They come and they fall right off. They come and they fall off. They don't affect you at all. Don't compare your journey to the journey of others. Allow yourself to be guided into what's for you. And as I'm saying that, the journey of others, Spirit is saying it's not just in relation to, sometimes we'll look at someone and we'll be like, oh my goodness, look at how much they've done. And then we look at self and we're like, what's going on with me? And we start judging self, right? Spirit is saying, not even just in that sense, also in the sense of the journey that society has told us success is, right? Or what we're supposed to do, right? We get caught up in that hustle and bustle. We get up early, we sit in traffic, we drive to work, right? We eat unhealthy things on the go. We come home, we eat, we shower, we watch TV, we go to bed, we do it all over again, right? And Spirit is saying that's not what life was designed to be. But when we get in touch with what our purpose is, right? Now, when we're on the go, when we're in the hustle and bustle, it doesn't feel the same. It feels joyous. It feels rewarding. It feels happy, right? It feels, I'm grateful to be doing this. So it's really about us discovering why we're here. And if you've discovered why you're here, you're being prompted to discover that next level. And I believe this came through last week too. Spirit said it did. Okay. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Cece. Let me know if you guys are still on, because I'm not seeing comments and it's still saying it's trying to connect. So, and I said trying because that's literally what it says on here. So someone leave a comment to let me know whether or not you all are still able to see me, if we're still actually streaming. Okay, good, Pat. I see your comment. Awesome. Pat said, I agree. That is not living. The whole hustle thing is not for me. Bree said, I'm choosing to be more consistent with my protection because, honey, the fire is hot, but I am coming out pure gold and glitter. And so it is. And listen, here's the thing. I was on the phone with my mom. I don't know if it was right after last week's Empower Hour or if it was like the day after. But anyways, as we were talking, Spirit started to speak to me, right? And then, you know, periodically I go through periods where I allow Spirit to literally not speak to me and I repeat, but speak through me, right? And that started to happen. So one of the things that I have been called to do recently is to sit my behind down, right? To sit down, be still, because I'm up leveling, I'm shifting, I'm transitioning. Like, this move wasn't just a physical transition. Spiritually, I'm transitioning. And so I'm so used to going, giving, you know, and I have my rituals and routines in place, but sometimes as you're shifting and elevating, it requires you to do a bit more than what you usually do. So as I'm receiving, right, as I'm receiving, what Spirit is saying is we get so caught up in our routine and so caught up in living. Now, this is in relation to those of us living in our purpose, that we forget that sometimes we've got to just be still, sit on our butts, like really pause it all and receive. Because when we're energetically in that space of being on the go, the way we receive as psychics or healers or mediums, when energetically we're not clear, energetically we're not at peace or we're not balanced, This is how you have a lot of people that have been labeled as crazy that aren't actually crazy. They're psychic, but it's just that their wires got crossed, right? So it's so important that energetically we're taking that time out. We're cleansing, we're releasing, and we're always checking in with ourselves energetically. Now, here's the thing. For those of us that haven't connected to our psychic gifts, it doesn't mean that we're exempt from the sit your butt down. It just means that for us, it may come through as stress. It may come through as worry. It may come through as fear, And oftentimes what's happening is we're carrying the energy of others. Like how often when someone is talking to you and they're dumping on you, how often do you disconnect energetically from them? Right? Those of us that serve in this capacity, yes, we know to disconnect energetically after we serve, after we do a reading. But what about just in regular conversation? How many of us do that? 9 times out of 10, most of us are not doing that. So now we just took on that person's energy. And when you're empathic, a lot of people dump on you, right? I've said this before. When I'm going to lower just a little, not where y'all can see my business. But okay, our solar plexus is here. And so oftentimes if someone is talking to me, I find myself just naturally standing like this. Now, or sitting like this. Most people will say that indicates that I'm closed, right? I'm not open. That's not what it is at all. I'm protecting myself. This is where my power center is. So as people are dumping on me, if I'm not protecting and shielding, it's depleting my power, my energy. So that's why. So start doing that. If someone's talking to you and they're dumping on you, just protect your solar plexus. And then when you're done, disconnect your energy from them. So let's see what you all are saying. Awesome. Thank you, Ava. Pat said, LOL, yes, the spiritual practice of SYBD. Sit your butt down. Yes. Heard Michael Beckwith say that recently. Really? But yes, it's so true. Hi, Flower. Hi, Tanae. Welcome. Yeah, welcome. So yeah, it's so important. And here's the thing. That doesn't really come easy for me, right? It doesn't. It does not come easy for me. I'm always so used to going and serving and giving. And I'm like, okay, I'm doing what I'm called to do, to protect, to cleanse, to release. The Spirit's like, Nahkila, there's another layer to this. You can't just keep going. Not when you're in this transition. You've got to sit down, be still, receive, release, and heal. Because we think, oh, when I hire a mentor or I hire a life coach or I hire a spiritual advisor, when I do these healing exercises and I release all this trauma, I'm done. But do you know how much trauma we have stored within us? It's not just this life, it's past lives, right? And then not to mention, when we're experiencing something after the healing, that can leave an imprint. So as it always comes through, the song from the Never Ending Story, that plays in my head whenever I talk about this, but it's a never ending story. So it's up to us. Remember last week we talked about just really paying attention to how we feel energetically when we're at our optimal capacity, so that when something's off, we can feel it. We know it, right? So like yesterday for me, I felt a knot in my back. And I'm like, okay, that's a block. Come on, spirit team, let's get rid of this. Whatever this is, I don't even have to know what it is, but let's get rid of it. It may be mine, it may not be mine, but it does not belong in my energy field. So let's go ahead and get rid of it, right? So yeah, that's really important. So our next card that we got is the Fates. And this one came in upside down. So typically when the card is upside down, what Spirit is indicating is that this is an area where we can improve or an area for us to focus on. And as I'm holding this, I'm being told the reason it's upside down is because when we speak in terms of fate, it was fate. It was destiny. It was whatever we say, right? Spirit is saying fate is what we make it, literally. Literally. What are you choosing for your future? Because if you aren't consciously choosing, unconsciously, you're still choosing. So what are you choosing? Oftentimes something I'm going to say bad, right? Although there's no good or bad, it just is. But let's just use bad, right? Something bad will happen in our life. And oftentimes we'll say, oh, well, and instead of exploring, why did I experience that? And so what Spirit is calling us to do is begin exploring the why. It's never just, oh, well, that was just meant to be, or that was fate, or, it's okay. This didn't feel good. I know there's no such thing as coincidence or life just happening to me. Life is responding to me. So what area am I being called to look deeper at so that I can prevent or shift whatever just happened, right? Go deep is what I keep hearing. Go deep. Everything is an opportunity for us to grow, even if it's growing in our blessings, right? But sometimes that opportunity to grow comes in the form of lessons. And if we're just brushing it off as fate, well, we're missing the lesson. And missing the lesson disconnects us from our blessing. So let's see what you're saying. Pat said, when you get new insights or exchange with people, we need to take time to process. It serves our highest good to definitely take time to process, for sure. But I would definitely say, when you are in the midst of people, even if no one's dumping, right? Even if no one's vocalizing what they're going through, energy can attach to you without being spoken. So just every day, make it a practice to disconnect energies from those you've encountered. I have a white candle at my door. And so even with that, as people come into your home, let that white candle just burn so that they're leaving their junk. And when you protect your home, when you cleanse and protect your home, set the intention that only love and light is welcome here. So anything that's not of love and light, you might be surprised who stops coming over to your house, right? You might be surprised. Okay, so we also got patience and planning. And notice we got 2 7s. Completion of a cycle. Again, 7 is complete. Also, Spirit is saying, good job, on the right path, keep going. Patience and planning. Oh, you know what? This is a big one. As I was sitting here waiting to tap in, Spirit's like, remember that message you just got on being patient? Patient has been my lifelong lesson, my lifelong test, right? I'm just hearing it's time for you to be patient with yourself. I'm also hearing, Ganesh, no, thank you. I'm also hearing, stop with all the planning and be in flow. Be in flow, right? Set the intention of what you're choosing, but then be in flow. Now, that's not to say you're not going to connect and you're not going to say, Spirit, guide me. Show me my next steps. Show me what you'd have me to do. Show me how to serve better. Show me how to be the best version of me, right? Not to say that won't happen, because in fact, Spirit is saying that is absolutely what serves your highest good to happen. But oftentimes we sit down, we create this huge plan for our life, and then we're so stuck on that plan that we don't leave room for Spirit. Who taught us to live that way? Where do we learn that being responsible, being mature meant having this big old plan? Because oftentimes, are we tapping into Spirit to say, show me the way, or are we just thinking of things from a logical perspective? Okay, this is my goal. This is what I went to school for. This is what I feel it takes to get here. I'm going to do A, B, C, and D to get me to Z, right? And Spirit is saying, there's some value in that. There's some. However, it's time for you to learn that true planning comes when you are in flow and when you set the intention to allow yourself to be guided, I'm spitting, by the divine. Okay, so what I'm being told to ask you is, how many of you have actually set the intention and asked the question, what is my purpose? Who am I? Why am I here as you've been planning, right? Not what career path do I take to get that big old house or that pie in the sky, you know what I mean? Not that, but who am I? What is my purpose? Why am I here? Because life is so much bigger than what we know it to be. And it's not all we've been taught all of our lives. If you haven't asked that question, start. And you'd be surprised how you get the answer and what the answer is even. You may find that some of what you're doing is in flow with why you're here and what your purpose is and who you are, but you may also find that spirit leads you in another direction. So you can set your intention for what you'd like to receive out of life, right? As your payment for doing light work, right? But the route to which you get there, you may find it to be quite different than what you thought because you've been planning and not consulting spirit. So let's see what you're saying. Hi, Alexa. Let's congratulate Alexa, you guys. She just bought a home and she's expecting. So congratulations. Congratulations. I loved your costume. Unicorn was super cute. Bridget said, this is for me. Pat said, that's good. Spirit's plan for our lives is not always the same as our plan. Exactly. It's not. Sometimes we have to surrender to Spirit's plan. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we got stand your ground. Now, here's the thing. When you know that you've connected to the divine and you know that you've been guided by Spirit, it doesn't matter what anyone else has to say. And sometimes that anyone else is you, right? Because you know that unconscious mind starts speaking from trauma, attempting to convince us to do otherwise. But when you know it comes from Spirit, you can stand your ground. When Spirit gives me a message, nobody has to understand it. Nobody has to agree with it. Because I know without a shadow of a doubt that this is leading me deeper into my purpose, deeper into who I am, and deeper into where I'm choosing to be in this life, right? So stand your ground. Stand your ground. And right now, if you haven't gotten the answer from Spirit, standing your ground is you being firm in your pursuit to know the answer to those questions, right? And sometimes it may be a little difficult when you start receiving answers because a lot of times we're forced to look at things that we'd rather not even know is there, you know? We'd rather just say all is well and keep it moving because when we realize there's some junk there, we got to roll them sleeves up and get to work, get to that healing, get to that releasing, get to that point of sometimes visiting things that didn't feel good. But once we visit them and we release them, we'll feel amazing. I can't tell you how amazing it is once you do that release. Tanae and Alatha said, congratulations, Alexa. So we also got suffering in silence. So many of us, especially light workers, have a tendency to do this. Why? Because we're so used to being the giver. It's just in our DNA to give that we forget that it's okay to receive. We're so used to figuring it all out on our own, not stepping out, reaching out to a community for support, whether that's friends, family, you know, or our spiritual community that is a combination of both, right? Friends that became family. Spirit is saying, no more suffering in silence. No more holding your story inside. No more going through things on your own. You're now in a place where your soul is calling on those that's here to help you, assist you on your journey. But the only way that can be done is if you call out for assistance. This doesn't just speak to your friends and family in the physical world. This also speaks to your guides in the spiritual world, your ancestors, your angels. You have a whole spiritual team that's surrounding you, that's walking beside you, but they can't do nothing without you saying, do something, you know? They're just standing there like, put me in, coach. I'm waiting, you know? And then I hear Michael Jackson singing, You Are Not Alone. Okay, I was told to tell you the T message. The T message is time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time. So we were talking about time earlier, right? And when we think in terms of wasting time, that implies that there's an end to us, and there is no end. Even death is not the end, right? Even death is not the end. If we're called to reincarnate, we're going to pick up where we left off and continue this journey, right? So any and everything that you've experienced, it's not wasted. If it caused you pain, what lesson did you learn, right? If it caused you sadness, what lesson did you learn? Literally, after every lesson comes a blessing. And the lesson itself is your blessing. Spirit is like, it's just up to you. Like, how are you looking at this situation? Are you looking at it from a low vibrational state? Or are you looking at it like every experience is to serve me? Every experience is to elevate me, right? Change your perspective. Again, that came up last week too. Now what we got is material and spiritual prosperity. So notice how we have 9 and then we have 6, right? And as we're talking about perspective and shifting how we view things, if you look at a 9 and you flip it upside down, it's a 6. Right? So when you look at this suffering and silence, it appears as the 9, but if you can shift it and flip it upside down to be the opposite, look at what's in store. You're no longer suffering. You're now in that space of material and spiritual prosperity. So it really is all up to you. It really is, how are you looking at life? How are you looking at your experiences? And what would you rather have, right? What would you rather have? Let's see. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Angel. Welcome, you guys. So yeah, so that's what it's really about. Just shifting your perspective. Which deck? Okay. I'm told to pull from the Psychic Tarot, although it's an Oracle deck, but it's called Psychic Tarot. Ooh. Okay, you guys, never again. Never again am I going live with no pants on. I don't think I've dropped this many cards in forever. Let me see, where's my hair? It's backwards on here. Okay, so these both came in upside down, and we got solitude. And look, here it is again, that number 9. And then we also got emotional withdrawal, right? And they both came in upside down. So what I'm being told to tell you is, as you are taking that time out, that sit your butt down, it's not to say that you withdraw emotionally, right? You can still be emotionally connected to those that feed your soul, those that pour into your soul, right? It's not to say you disconnect from the entire world. But again, this is where you tap into spirit, and spirit guides you on what to do, right? I even heard who to do, right? Now, definitely, as you're in that space of solitude, if someone is making you feel some kind of way, definitely disconnect from them. But as you are in this place of solitude, amping up your protection, amping up your clearing and your releasing, because here's the thing, you may take a spiritual bath twice a week, right? And if you take one twice a week during this time, spirit is saying, you may do 4, 5, 6, or 7, right? If you usually smudge in the morning and in the evening, you may do it at lunchtime and snack time too, right? As you're in that place of solitude, literally set the intentions to receive, set the intentions to release, set the intentions to heal. As a matter of fact, I'd like to challenge you to start doing that in the evening when you lay down to go to sleep. Call on your highest light. You can say my highest light spirit team, you can say my angels, my guides, my ancestors, whatever you call them, make sure it's of highest light and love, right? And then say to them, I am so grateful for your assistance. I am so grateful for your guidance, heal all that is within me that I have yet to heal. all of the things that I am consciously aware of and unconsciously aware of. And so it is. And just set that intention that you're being healed. Show me the way. Reveal to me all that I must see in order to be at my highest state of being, right? All that serves my highest good to see, to be at my highest state of being. I'm being told to tell you, also ask to be shown the intentions of others, because when you know the intention, then you know how, I'm hearing how to move and shake, right? Spirit will reveal it all to you. All you have to do is ask. That's what I just heard. All you have to do is ask. There's nothing that you won't see. There's nothing that you won't hear. There's nothing that you won't know. But it starts with you believing this and then asking. Asking from a place of humility and gratitude as if it already is, as if you've already been shown, as if you already know. Also start choosing to access your gifts. So what I'm being told to tell you is we're in a space. Okay. I'm hearing it like Eminem, will the real Slim Shady please stand up, please stand up. But I'm hearing it like light workers, we're in that space where Spirit is saying, well, all the light workers, please stand up, right? So in order for us to stand up, it takes us knowing who we are, what we are, and why we're here. But you won't know that until you ask. So while you've been planning, this career path or planning this family or planning this life, you left out a few things. And Spirit is saying, now it's time to connect to your soul. Now it's time to connect to that inner knowing. Now it's time to stand up. So set the intention without fear to have your gifts revealed. So here's something also that I'd like to share with you when we talk about asking as if it already is, setting the intentions and thanking our spirit team for guiding us, serving us, showing us the way. So when I was in that period of channeling, what I was telling you guys about earlier, when I was on the phone with my mom, I received a message and I connected with someone and I thought this person was all about branding, right? And Spirit said, they're going to help you with marketing. And literally I snapped out of it. I was like, wait, what? And then Spirit said again, they're going to help you with marketing. I'm like, oh, okay. Had no clue. Do they even do marketing? But Spirit said, so it is, right? I was on Instagram last night and I saw a post that they created where they were talking about they were helping this company with marketing. It was like 10 something my time, 7 something their time, still after business hours. I reached out and was like, oh my goodness, I got this message. I didn't even know, right? But I've set the intentions that Spirit will bring to me everyone that's meant to help me on my journey, whether it's my personal spiritual journey, my personal journey of healing, growth, and development, whether it's my journey of how I can better serve you. I set that intention. So Spirit will bring people in your midst and you'll have no idea. You may think they're here for this thing, but they're here in reality for something so much greater, something so much more. The other thing I received too that Spirit is telling me to share with you is oftentimes Spirit will tell us to do something, right? Spirit will tell us to do something. Spirit will guide us into doing something. And we'll get that message and we'll surrender. And we're thinking, oh, I got that message because this is going to be the outcome, right? Not always. What Spirit told me was, we gave you that message because in order for you to get the lesson that you're receiving right now, today, you had to be put on the path to get here. So we gave you that guidance, but no, the outcome isn't what you thought it would be. The outcome was this lesson you just learned right here. Again, stop the planning, surrender to flow. We may not always understand why Spirit is guiding us or telling us to do what Spirit is telling us to do, but if Spirit is telling us to do it, best believe there's a reason. And I'm a witness firsthand. In my life, it unravels. It's unraveling. Spirit is showing. So I'm here to tell you, just because you get a message from Spirit and you may think it's leading you one place, but you end up someplace else, don't think Spirit guided you wrong. Look at okay, Spirit, what was the purpose? What were you really showing me? What were you really teaching me, right? Let's see what you all are saying. Bridget said, I had to learn this. Yes, it's a powerful, powerful lesson. Powerful lesson. And we may know this when we're like, if we were to sit down with someone and have a conversation in our conscious mind, we may know this. But when we're in the midst of, sometimes we don't always tap into what we know. Sometimes we're so in the midst of that we forget to leave that room for flow. It's not set in stone. It's not set in stone. It's like water. It flows. It flows. So is there any other message? Okay. I'm being told to pull from this deck. Both? Okay. And I'm being told I'm going to read from the book for these. Oh, look at that. We got Lord Ganesh. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. So Ganesh is the Hindu god that removes obstacles, blocks, and evil from your path. So this is a beautiful card to get. And then look, you guys, those of you that were on last week's Empower Hour, if you were not on, go check it out. Go check it out. And I timestamped where the relevance of this card comes in. So even if you don't watch the entire message, which I encourage you to do, but click that timestamp so you can see. So we got Diana once again. And it says, think about what you desire, set your sights high, expect the best possible outcome. So this came through. Spirit just like, okay, we're bringing you that final oomph to say, let me drive it home. So let's see what it says in the book for Lord Ganesh. Oh, and for those of you so I know there are a lot of you that have been shifting your eating and eating more clean. So today will be my first time cooking with my soy curls, and I'm making Philly cheesesteak for my son with the soy curls and vegan cheese. And then for myself, what is it? It's an Asian inspired, broccoli and beef. That's what I'm making. Of course, the beef is the soy curls. So I'll be sharing the pictures with you guys. I'm so excited. My mouth is watering and my stomach just started growling. But Lord Ganesh just says, infinite abundance. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. Ganesh is the Hindu elephant-headed god, the son of Lord Shiva and the goddess Parvati. Legend says he received his elephant head as a replacement after his father sliced his human one off when he mistook him for an intruder. Ganesh is acknowledged as the Lord who removes obstacles and is much loved by taxi drivers in India because they believe he helps them weave in and out of the crazy traffic. Ganesh is a sweet-toothed, life-loving, joyful, dancing, and very approachable God. He will use his light to weave a perfect path for you. The extended message is, it's important at this time to move beyond the limitations of it's not meant to be and focus on if this is for my highest good, then the universe will take me there safely. Ganesh is not only bringing a clear light to your external situation, but also helping you clear up any inner conflict. When obstacles arise, know that they are just reminders that you care about your path and that you have the ability to change your current situation. Ganesh is here to help you. Thank him for clearing the way. To increase your connection to him, you may chant in Sanskrit, Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. So for those of you that know me, this was my original favorite chant. And in addition to that, Shrim Burzi is my second favorite. But yes, Ganesh is so powerful. I mean, my cat is named after Lord Ganesh. So powerful for removing those blocks, those obstacles, and any evil that may be placed in your path. And here's the thing. We've talked about this. Oftentimes, a lot of light workers have spent a lot of time in isolation from others because our light has been shining even when we didn't know it was. And so we've never really felt like we fit in, or holding that mirror up, people have sometimes felt a certain way, and we've been so worried about protecting ourselves, making sure we're not hurt, right? But when you release the belief that people will come into your life and hurt you, and when you connect with the energy of Lord Ganesh to remove obstacles, evil blocks from your path, you can just be in flow with who you're here to be, and trust and know that spirit will protect you. Spirit will reveal to you all that it serves your highest good to know. So the big message here, we're being called to trust. We're being called to trust. But in order for us to really be on that deepest level of trust, we must first connect on that deepest level, because you can't trust what you haven't connected to. Again, energetically, feeling the energy, so you know when this energy serves my highest good and when it doesn't. And I'm not just talking about physical people, physical beings. I mean, even in spirit world, if there's an energy present, you'll know if it's one that's here to help you or one to hinder you. And then you can act accordingly. So let's see what y'all are saying. Hi, Gloria, welcome. We are actually wrapping it up, but I am going to start doing the $20 mini reading. So I will go ahead and leave that link before we do the final part. If anyone is interested, let me know. Let me know. But let's see, I'm going to move these and share with you. So if you have Cashapp, you can use the Cashapp, and it is AshworthScott. But if you don't have Cashapp, then you can use the PayPal link, and it is right here. Okay, so let's go to the Diana card. She's like, guess who's back? She's back. So let's see. So it says, think about what you desire, set your sights high, expect the best possible outcome. The extended message is move forward with unwavering faith, knowing that the universe is supporting you. Diana is helping you awaken your divine ability to manifest what you deserve. Any fear is only a reminder that whatever you are working on or through is an important issue for your growth. Your focus is strong now and will be particularly powerful at the full moon. You may be aware of night owl tendencies. This is because your angels and guides are sending you important messages that you may be missing during the day due to a busy schedule. Set some time aside to do a deep meditation to receive the guidance. So it's extremely fitting also for what we've been talking about today. And what I love about Diana is the fact that she has her bow and arrow. And when you think in terms of having a bow and arrow, you set your sights on something and then you aim for it. And so Spirit is also bringing forth the message that if we aren't clear on what we're choosing, we're just going to get any old thing. So set your intentions, be very clear on what you're choosing, set your sights, and then shoot your shot. Shoot your shot. Even if you shoot and your shot is like how I throw, let me tell you, I'll have a easier time hitting my target if I aim away from the target, right? So if you're like me and your aim is so off key with Spirit by your side, you'll have your whole squad. They'll just, once they see it, they'll grab that bow and they'll walk it right over to your bullseye. They'll just grab it. Okay, she's shooting way over there, but she says she'd rather be here. This is where she's choosing. Let's just go ahead and take that and put it right there for her. That's how it works. But that put it right there for her requires you to surrender to what you receive and then take action accordingly. So let's see what you all are saying. Gloria said this morning, the song No Weapon Formed Against Me was just ringing in my head. So I played it and verbalized it, saw meaning in another way. The message was have no fear. Awesome. When you get an opportunity, share the song here in the group so everyone can have an opportunity to hear it. And yes, oftentimes Spirit will confirm messages that you've gotten on your own through ways like this, through channels like this, other people. Whether it's something you're watching on TV, it could be something in a commercial, you know what I mean? Like I was asking Spirit for clarity one day, and I was scrolling on Instagram of all places, and it was a meme. And it wasn't so much that the meme itself, what it said was my message, but it was basically me asking, do I say something? And this was like a couple of weeks ago. Do I say something or do I stay silent? And in the meme, it was the Golden Girls, and the mom, her daughter had her hand over her mouth, right? And I was like, okay, Spirit, got it. Don't say anything. Shut my mouth. Be still, be quiet, right? So you'll get your answers in so many different ways. It's just a matter of us being open to receive. Open to receive. So yeah. From where? Okay. So I'm being told to put these back in the deck and pull one more card from this deck. Oh, look at that. What was our first card? It had the 10, and what does Spirit say? New beginnings, right? New beginnings. You're also being told to start looking at the world from a higher vantage point. And what that means is, instead of looking at the world from the perspective of what you've been taught, the world will give to you, instead of looking at the world from the perspective of the pain that you've endured from people in the world, start looking at the world as being something that you create, right? Something that you manifest, something that you have complete power and control over, right? Your world, your world. And then we also got trapped in fear. Spirit is just saying it's time to release that fear. And look, Gloria, it's solidifying. You just said, you got the message, have no fear. When we're trapped in fear, it stops us from doing so many things. Now listen to what it says, trapped in fear. Doesn't mean you're never going to be afraid again, right? I was standing at my window and I was looking out, right? Well, we were born with two fears. These are the only two fears we were born with. The fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. Anything else was created, right? And I find that I have a fear of heights. It has gotten worse over the years. So the way I'm combating that is, as a result, at the 2020 Activating You Retreat, zip lining is one of the activities. And I'm going first so I can push through that fear. So it doesn't mean that fear won't be present. It just means, are we trapped or do we push through? Right? Are we trapped or do we push through? And it serves our highest good to push through. Now, of course, zip lining, zip lining itself, it makes no difference whether I zip line or not, right? But it's more so just energetically something that I'm afraid of, which is falling. Like, that's what it is. I'm afraid of falling. This whole idea that if it's man-made, that pops into my head. So there the fear lies, right? But if I can allow my faith in the fact that Spirit's got me to be stronger than my fear, that man-made things can sometimes be incompetent, then what I'll get is Spirit having me. I'll manifest that. And the more I push through that fear, the more I'll know Spirit has me. And then the fear will dissipate, right? So, yeah. Okay. Well, it's 2:33. Look up that. It's 2:33 my time. Look up that angel message for anyone who's still on or anyone who watches us on the replay. There's a message there for everyone. So it doesn't look like anyone will be doing a mini reading today, and that is okay. If you are here with us on Facebook, please be sure to join us next week on YouTube. And those of you that typically join on YouTube, anytime we're not live over there or there's something wonky going on, come over here and check in because we're going to be live, either one or the other or both. So I just was hearing onward and upward, and I don't know. And I saw Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh, like marching through the forest. It was kind of weird, but That's why I laughed. So anyways, I thank you so much for allowing me to serve you, and I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. I'll talk to you soon. Oh, Portia, you're interested in a reading. I'm just seeing your message. Okay, so I'm glad Spirit said scroll up. So if you're interested in a reading, if you have Cashapp, go ahead and use, let me go ahead and give you the Cashapp again. Go ahead and use that, and they are $20. And when you pay for your reading, then come over and ask your question. Or if you just like a general, let me know, and then I'll give you whatever comes through. Or if you don't have Cashapp, you can also use PayPal. Pat said, thanks, Nahkila. This was so full of messages. I'll have to listen again. Oh, thank you so much, Pat. I am so grateful and honored to serve. So I'm grateful, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Okay, Portia, do you have a specific question, or would you like a general message? Is this the deck I'm using for her? Okay. Okay, Bridget, and the same with you. So if you have a specific question, put it in the comments. Okay. Thank you, Portia. Okay. So Bridget, you sent yours first. So I'm going to go ahead and give you your message first. So do you have a question, or would you like a general? And thank you both. I know there's a bit of a delay on, okay, Portia said general. Awesome. General for Bridget too. Okay, am I using the same deck for both? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with Bridget. And Bridget, as I'm lighting the sage, I just hear the song "A Change Is Gonna Come" playing in my head, of course. It's been a long time, but a change is gonna come. I'm just hearing it's time for you to redirect and set your sails on bigger. When was the last time you checked in with yourself energetically? Things that you've laid out for you to do. When was the last time you checked in with your soul to make sure they still resonate and you're not just moving forward out of habit? And as I said that, it was coming through like, if we decide what we're going to wear to an event, right? And we go into our closet and we have this beautiful outfit laid out, but we don't try it on. And then when we put it on, we realize this doesn't even fit, right? And so now we're like, what do we do at that point? We find something else to wear. So that's what's coming through for you instantly. This is for Bridget. Like guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise and ascended masters, helpful companions, all of highest light and love. What is Bridget's message today? Okay, you got accelerated motion. You got universe. And you got mental conflict. Spirit says start here. I'm being told to tell you the mental conflict is happening because you're being called to awaken to a deeper level of yourself. You have so much going for you. And literally, this is more in the physical world. But now you're really being called to get in touch with who you are on a soul level, a spiritual level. You are an earth angel. And so your purpose involves giving back to the community. You're interested in housing, but maybe not real estate so much. Maybe helping the less fortunate find affordable housing, building homes, teaching them how to obtain home ownership, classes. You are definitely a teacher. Your position in this world involves serving others. Now, here's the thing. If you choose to or decide to do real estate, that's fine. But also set your sails on serving others in the form of those that may not even know what it takes to own a home, those that are seeking but are lost. You also have a purpose with children, taking a time out to speak in the schools. You'll know what message to deliver. Bridget, it's time for you to get over the hurdles that hinder you. You've been stuck and stagnant when they occur. And it's coming through like when there's a hurdle, I'm feeling like a pause. But the pause is longer than it has to be, is what I'm being told to tell you. Like you don't ever stop, but you pause. And then you go and I'm hearing rack your brain on how to overcome it. But you're being called to be guided. You have a spiritual journey ahead of you, and you've only scratched the surface. It's time for you to go deeper. This message has been for you for quite some time now. It's time to really go deep, meditate, ask for guidance, seek clarity, and be shown your next steps. It's time for you to heal. There's still a part of your inner child that is yet to heal. Release her from fear and past pains. I just heard, how does she feel about the swing? And the she is referring to your inner child. And I heard again, how does she feel about the swing? I'm hearing a tire swing. And I was just told, okay, leave it there. Okay, so moving out of the mental conflict, I'm being told to go backwards all the way. So your next card would be the universe. I'm just hearing the universe has your back, but they're just waiting on you. There's nothing out of your reach. And I'm hearing powerful manifester, but it's coming through like, yeah, we're all powerful manifestors, right? Obviously, duh, like I'm saying that to me, not you. However, it's coming through like some of us, we're gifted in certain areas. So whereas everyone may be able to tap in and do this particular thing, some of us are more skilled at it than others. And you happen to be someone where your gift, your power to manifest is stronger than the average bear, right? Stronger. So what Spirit is saying, if you are not manifesting, and I'm hearing which you aren't, at your full capacity, it's because there's blocks there. And I'm instantly feeling a heart chakra block and I'm feeling a back block, which the back indicates to me that it's things from your past. In a past life, you were coveted for your material wealth. So now in this life, you tend to struggle at times financially or with finances. It's not because of anything you're doing or not doing. It's just your experience based on that time when people were jealous, they disliked you because of your wealth. You have now decided to show up less wealthy, right? So the financial prosperity that you could have in this life, and I don't know your financial situation, so wherever you are, what you're entitled to and what you could have would be a lot greater than wherever you are, right? You're not where you were in that past life, but this is where you sever ties to that contract, that spiritual, that energetic contract that you signed to not live a wealthy life. And I was also hearing a life of poverty. Okay, thank you. So at one point in a past life, you signed a contract to not live a life in poverty. Hence, you had this fabulously wealthy life, right? But then when you were living that life, you energetically, it just didn't feel good because you felt those energetic daggers of people that were jealous or envious or didn't like you because they wished that they could live your life. So what you're being called to do is literally get a piece of paper. I sever all ties. I end all contracts energetically in all past lives, spaces, and times that block my positive abundance, that block my financial abundance. And so it is. And write that down and then burn it. And as you watch the ashes dissipate, then just know that you're releasing that. And then you'll find that I'm hearing also call in the fragmented pieces of your soul from that time. But what you'll find is that things start to improve. You'll also gain more clarity as a result of this, because part of how you obtain financial abundance is through being guided. So if you've decided to disconnect from your full potential in that area, then unconsciously you've also chosen to disconnect from that clarity, that guidance that you receive, because it'll take you right back to that lavish life. And then you got accelerated motion. When you choose to heal the things that just came up, your life is going to move at an accelerated pace. But it's time to heal. It's time to heal. And it's time to really decide on what you're choosing. Okay, so that's your message, Bridget. Let me know how that resonated. And then Portia, you are next. Let's see. Bridget said couple of months energy makes sense. Bridget said, hate it. Wow. You better read me. Bridget said, yep. Well, I'm so glad that it resonated. So glad. Thank you so much. Hey, Tanisha, welcome. We've done the Empower Hour, and we're over here today with the live chat because YouTube is once again acting wonky. So I'll always be live in both places unless Spirit guides me to do otherwise. But typically we will be doing the live chat over on YouTube. So I would always suggest you guys to check there first, because normally I'm not interacting over here. So yeah, so thank you so much, Bridget. I'm excited for what comes as a result of you doing the things that just came through and came forward. And if you're looking for a healing space in a community, RIM is open and available. The group, each month we have monthly group sessions where everyone gets individual time. So meditate and see if that's something that serves you to assist you on this part of your journey. Okay, so now we're going to go into Portia's message. So Portia, are you still here? Bridget said, amazing. Blessings to you. Thank you. Blessings to you too. So this is for Portia. Okay. For whatever reason, I just heard tell Portia to get down on it. Get down on it. That's the song that came through for you, Portia. So let's see what your message is. You may know why that is. I don't. And Spirit's not telling me. So it's just for you. Get down on it. Get down on it. What's Portia's message? It's so funny because look, you guys have 3 cards each and they all came out at the same time. Ooh, are these backwards? No? Okay, so Portia, you got spiritual union, truth, and awareness. Okay, so what's Portia's message? Okay, so first of all, what I was receiving, I had some mid-back stuff, Portia, and I was receiving that there's some blockages that are based on experiences that you had in the middle of your life, like from the time you were born to where you are now. The block would have occurred midway through your life, so whatever age that was for you. You're being called to release and heal that. Because what it's doing is it's stopping you from truly coming into, I'm hearing, a spiritual sacred union with your soulmate, the one that serves your highest good. It's about you being aware of yourself, who you are, what you're seeking, what you're choosing, but also telling the truth to you. Oftentimes you settle because it feels better to not be alone. Oftentimes also because of the things that you witnessed, and you witnessed a lot of settling. And although in your conscious and logical mind, you know that settling does not serve you, it's almost like an automatic response. You settle in friendships, relationships, workships, and you're being called to stop. You're being called to set out to make you happy. Sometimes you don't even know what that is. Like, not on a deep soul level. It's just like surface stuff. And I'm here like going to the movies and having popcorn. It's surface, right? I just was told to ask you, if someone were to ask you who you are and what you deserve, who you are and what do you deserve, what would you say? And I'm feeling solar plexus stuff. So what Spirit is saying is that from this experience that you had in the middle of your life, it disempowered you. It disempowered you, but you can truly release it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, oh, it disempowered you and it's hindering you and it's this lifelong thing that you're stuck with. No, we can literally heal it and release it, right? So your soulmate is there and your soulmate is seeking you. But in order for you to connect, you must first come whole and complete. And not that you aren't whole and complete, but you aren't aware of your wholeness and your completeness. So no matter what you say consciously, that little girl within feels broken in a lot of ways. Her heart's been broken. So as a result, you've attracted relationships where your heart's been broken. And although we all have experienced heartbreak, Spirit is saying, but for you, it's deeper and more frequent. You give too much too fast. Allow Spirit to guide you on what to give and who to give to. It's time for you to break the cycle. You know what's so funny? I usually don't wear my rose quartz. I usually wear this when I'm going someplace and it matches what I have on. Typically, I wear my Sri Yantra with the clear quartz, right? And today, Spirit told me to put this on. So in order for you to increase your level of self-love, of course, there's several things that you can do, but one of the things that Spirit is telling me to advise you to do is get some rose quartz and just, rest with it on your heart chakra as you meditate. I'm hearing now, you may not believe this to be true, but you're destined to be a love coach. So this is why you've experienced all the things you've experienced in love, because you're getting your PhD in that area. But now you're being called to heal so that you can begin serving. And I'm feeling like a pain on the right side, like in my temple and above my eye, but mostly here. I'm hearing you stress and worry a lot. It's time to release the stress and worry. And again, it's time to be in flow. Why haven't you healed yet? It's time. It was just time for you to know that it was time. It's time for you to heal. It's time for you to get serious about your mission. It's time for you to step out of the shadows and serve. And I'm also being told to tell you to let your voice be heard. You're going to heal those generations that came before you. And you're going to break the cycle for those that come after you. I'm hearing a lot of abuse witnessed. Emotional, spiritual, mental, physical. Abuse is abuse. It doesn't matter what form it came in. And I'm also hearing there were many to one. There were many to one. It wasn't your fault. Let it go now. Okay. So that is the message that I got for you. And as I look down at the card, Spirit is saying it's time for you to come into awareness of who you are. That came in again because I feel like I said that already, but I was told to say it again. So let's see. Bridget said, I will do the work. Portia said, yes. Hi, Monica. I haven't forgotten about you either. And since I am dressed today, I will do that video. Portia said, truth. Yes. Wow. I believe it. OMG. Yes. I stress too much. Wow. So yes. So that is your message. And I extend the offer to you as well. If you are looking for a space and assistance with healing, the REM group is amazing. So let me know if you're interested. You and Bridget, you guys can inbox me if you are, and I'll give you all the details. So yeah, but it's definitely time. And when you hear that you're a love coach, that's part of your purpose. Does that resonate on any level? Because it came through. You may not believe this, right? So let me know how that resonated. You're so welcome. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. Thank you. So if anyone else is interested in a personal mini reading, they are $20. And I don't know if Monica's still on, you guys, but I attended her event, the Legacy Tour, a couple of weeks ago in Atlanta, and she goes all over, but it was amazing. It was amazing. So if you see it in your news feed, tap in, and if you're led, check it out. Check it out. Hi, Samuel. Welcome. So, excuse me. Samuel, speak your truth. Stop being silent when you feel like speaking out. So if anyone else is interested, let me know, because I will stay on to do the $20 mini readings. There is the Cashapp link. If you have Cashapp, I recommend using that first, but if not, here is the PayPal link. And Portia said, totally believe. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Bridget says she's amazing, hit several spots that she could not have known about. Get the reading. Thank you so much, Bridget. Bridget, thank you so much. I appreciate you. So I just heard it's time for you all to tap in and connect. It is so beautiful today, you guys. It is so beautiful outside. So beautiful. So I'm just gonna okay. I'm gonna pull one more card while I wait to see if anyone else is interested in a personal reading and the mini reading. They're $20 for the mini readings. Also, I'd like to let you all know that typically I am being led to stream live here in our group as I'm streaming live on YouTube, but typically we're over on YouTube doing the live chat at the top. What do you call that? When you post what the video is, I have the YouTube link. So if there I go again, dropping them. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and do so. And if you'd like to join in on the live chat, typically that's where it takes place. So although we'll be streaming, I won't see your comments until after the live stream. And if ever there's technical difficulties like we're having on YouTube right now, then I'll always be over here. So I'll be in one place or the other unless they're both tripping at the same time. So we got Sanat Kumara, and it came in upside down, and it says light activation. What message did Spirit just give me to give to you guys before I pulled the card? Right? It's time for us to activate. It says, I'm so used to being on YouTube. On YouTube, it's backwards, so I can't see. It says, shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. What did Spirit just say? It's time to connect. It's time to connect. So Spirit is solidifying. It's time for you to activate your light. And you do so by saying, I'm ready. I'm ready. Show me, guide me. I'm ready to be activated. And it also takes healing. And the reason why I stress the healing is because all my life, I've known that I was very strong intuitively, right? Very strong intuitively. I even used to joke, and I'd be like, I'm psychic, right? Had no idea I was really psychic. But I used to invest so much in psychics. It's ridiculous. I will not even tell you how much. But I was that person that anytime something came up, I was reaching out to the psychic, And so anyways, as I continued on my path, the way I'm able to sit here and serve you all in this way, I haven't done this all my life. Like, I've always been that person someone could come to with advice and, I could guide. But the way I hear Spirit speak and being aware and being able to tap in at ease and at will, I didn't have that at first. It took me healing. So you all have heard me say we're all born psychic, right? This is not a gift that's reserved to just a select few. We are all born psychic. Some people call it prophecy. Some people call it whatever, but it's all the same thing. But what happens is, as we experience trauma, whether it's past life trauma or this life trauma, it buries all those gifts. And then you add on top of that everything that the media is doing through our food, through what we watch, through what we hear, through what we experience. It's all to disconnect us from these gifts. Because when we're tuned into our gifts, we're tuned into the divine. And when we're tuned into the divine, we can't be misled, right? So it's there, it's within you, but you've just got to heal. You've got to release the junk that's sitting on top of it. I can't tell you how many people that are in RIM that were not connected before they came, and those that were, how deeper they are with their connection, right? But where did they come from? Right? Where did they come from? They weren't doing it all their lives either. I wasn't doing it all my lives either. But just like we've unpacked the junk and we've now embraced our gifts and can live in our gifts and serve through our gifts, so can you. So can you. It's there. It's within you. It's within you. No one is more gifted than anyone else. It's just that our gifts come through in different ways because we each have an important role to play in the collective shift, right? So know that you too can connect. You too can receive. I just heard, yep. Okay. So it doesn't look like anyone else is interested in a mini reading. So I am going to wrap it up. You guys know it's so crazy because, and you know what that candle says behind me? I know you can't see, but it says believe. As we're talking about our gifts, I kind of saw the candle over my shoulder. As we've been streaming this live the whole time, it's saying trying to reconnect. Due to poor wireless connection, your video has been paused. Consider moving to find a better signal, or you can end the broadcast. Wow, 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 wow. Wowzers. Okay, listen. Let's cancel delete trying because that's lack. Reconnect. Let's just break it down. Spirit is saying this message has been here the whole time. Reconnect, right? Due to poor connection, your video has been paused. Video as in your life, right? Has been paused. Consider moving to find a better signal, right? Moving as in taking action to heal so that you can find that connection, have that solid, better signal. Or you can end the broadcast, right? What are you being fed? What are you being fed? You can choose to disconnect from that broadcast, that narrative that now plays in your mind automatically because of everything that's been dumped on you, right? So this whole time there's been a message in this, because typically when it says that, the whole video pauses. Usually when it said, but you guys have been able to see me, and Spirit just said, Nahkila, that's not a coincidence. And look, the thing is doing this, the loading sign, because that's what we're doing. We're spinning our wheels until we choose to heal, release, and reconnect. Because we were born connected, right? We got disconnected. So it's not about connecting for the first time. It's about reconnecting. Right now, we're spinning our wheels. So, wow, pretty cool. Let's see what y'all are saying. Portia says, sounds like me. I've always been intuitive, just haven't fully tapped into it. Yes, and when you fully tap in, you'll be pleasantly surprised. Pat said, oh, wow, that is so good. Bridget said, I'm about to fall over. Pat said, Spirit has a great sense of humor. I know, right? Seriously. I was telling my mom, because she said the same thing. Your guides they have, because I'm silly and goofy. So my guides naturally resonate with my personality. I mean, it's like your friends. You're not going to have friends that don't resonate or you don't relate to, you know? Yeah. And they come through, and some of them are serious. Some of them are playful. But yeah, they come through in so many different ways. So yeah, so that is the message that I have for everyone. Again, thank you for allowing me to serve you. Join us next Wednesday on YouTube. Click the link, subscribe. There's so many other things that get posted to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. And if this video resonated with you, invite your friends to join the group and share the video with them, okay? I thank you again, and I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. I'll talk to you soon. Hey, you guys, you can see me now. I just ended it over there on Facebook, and you guys are here on YouTube. You have no idea how excited I am. Okay, so we're not ending it over here. We just ended it over there. So let me see what you guys have been saying. There were some technical difficulties at first. And look, there are people on 4 likes, reflections. So, hey, Cheryl. Hey, Quita. Flow, grow, and glow. Yes, ma'am. Hey, Javi. Okay, buffering. Okay, just clear. Good morning, Mimi. It's afternoon over here. Let me see, what time is it? It is 3:06. Cheryl said, I tried to connect to the live stream earlier, but I kept having technical difficulties. Yeah, YouTube's been doing some crazy things. I can see your comments. You're so welcome. I'm not sure how many of you are still on over here. I'm not even sure how much of our message got recorded. It's so weird. The camera looks so much different on here than Facebook. It looked darker on Facebook. I don't know how much of the message you guys received over here, because literally at first it wasn't showing at all. But my plan is to upload the live stream from Facebook and then put it in our Empower Hour playlist, so that if it didn't record the beginning, I'll first check to see if it did. If it didn't, I'll do that so you can see it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we are at the end of Empower Hour, but if anyone is interested in a $20 mini reading, let me know and I'll stay on. So here, let me see. So here, I'm going to give you the Cashapp link. And if you don't have Cashapp, you can use PayPal. And let me go and make sure we're completely logged off over there. Okay. Oops. There we go. So yeah. So let me know and I'll stay on a little longer. I'm so excited, you guys. I share with them over on Facebook what I'm cooking today. It's my first time using soy curls. And soy curls, they take on the flavor of whatever. So for my son, I'm making Philly cheesesteak. Ooh, speaking of which, we couldn't find his bread yesterday, so I'll be making a trip to do that first. And then for me, I'm making broccoli and beef, but I'm not just using broccoli. I'm using broccoli, red peppers, red bell pepper, and onions. And then I'm going to do a rice noodle with it. So I'm excited. I'm hungry, if you can't tell. I'm excited to cook this meal. So I will be sharing. I always kind of do the Snapchat thing while I'm cooking these meals sometimes. So if you guys are on Snapchat, let's connect over there, because then you'll see the step-by-step. I haven't yet set up to start recording like full-fledged me making the meal. And people have been asking about that. So maybe eventually I'll start periodically doing that. But for now, I do it over on Snapchat. So Cheryl said I'm eating too much candy. You know what? I didn't have any candy. The women here at our building, they knocked on the door and gave us candy, but it wasn't vegan, so I didn't have any. I'm actually quite proud of myself because I haven't been getting a lot of junk when I go to the grocery store, I notice, which is weird because I usually always get the salt and vinegar, the kettle chips, the organic ones. Those taste different than the non-organic because they taste sweet and, so good. But I haven't been getting any. But here's the thing that I have not given up yet. Movie popcorn. When I realized that movie popcorn was vegan because they don't use butter, they use oil, it was a wrap. And I know popcorn is not good for me at all. And now that I have that pass where I can see unlimited movies, yes, last night I went to see Motherless Brooklyn. The day before that, I saw Harriet. And like 2 days before that, I saw Terminator. I've been moving it up, right? But it's like, girl, you can't get popcorn every time you go. Like eating a small popcorn is like eating 12 cheeseburgers. So yeah, it's always been something that I absolutely love. I treat myself to poison. Let's see. I'm going to pull a card for us over here. Oh, we got Lord Shiva. She'll say you're doing good, Nahkila, compared to me. You know what? I was shocked though. It just hit me. Like I was in the store the other day and I was like, I went in the candy aisle and they have these like chocolate peanut butter cups. They're like Reese's, but they're vegan. And usually I'll get that. And I even told my son, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like there's times where when I come home, I'll be like, ooh, I have a taste for something sweet, but I don't have anything sweet in the house. I usually will get bananas and cashews, right? And here's something, I'm going to get to the card, but let me tell you this. Here's something I learned the other day. Like when we have bananas and if it is green still at the stem, but it starts to spot, it's been chemically treated. It's not organic. But if it's brown at the stem as it starts to spot, it is. So I like to eat that together as a snack. To me, it tastes, I don't know, it tastes like a dessert together. The raw, organic, raw, salt, no salt, raw cashews with bananas. So I forgot to get the bananas at the one store that I go to here. And I looked at them and theirs were organic. I go to this other market, it said organic, but theirs were spotting and the stem was green. So I was like, I didn't get them. So yeah, just something I learned. So, hey, I'm passing the knowledge along. But it says, rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. This was in alignment with the message that we just got, the message that just came through. It just keeps solidifying that message. So Spirit is really telling us to connect with the divine within. Like that's been our message for how many weeks now? I mean, it's been our message for forever. Connect with the divine within. And also what Spirit is saying is that I'm speaking, but are you listening? You're listening, but are you moving? Right? And look at life as a dance that you know so well. As a dance where you just let go and you sway with the music and you're guided by the music, not that 1-2 step, not that 1-2-3, not that kind of dance, but the kind where it just takes over you and you're just engulfed in the sound and the vibration, right? Spirit is saying, look at life like that. So, yeah. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate it. My mom watched the video I recorded yesterday for the tips and tools. And she's like, your skin looks amazing. And I was like, Mom, I just noticed a wrinkle in the middle of my forehead. And she's like, oh my goodness, we are our own worst critic. I said, no, it's because we know what we used to look like. You know what I mean? So when things pop up, we see it and no one else does. But it was funny because my mom and I were having that talk. But I appreciate you so much, so much. So yeah. Yeah, but that is our message. And I am going to go ahead and end our live stream here. Again, I'll check to see if this, in fact, did record it all and it just wasn't showing or what was going on. But I thank you so, so much. And I don't know who else is on. But I thank you for being here. Cheryl, thank you for being here. And I leave you all with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. I'll talk to you soon.